Good morning. Did you message me a week ago?
Yes. I'm so glad you finally caught us.
I'm here now to fix this nightmare for you.
We desperately needed someone to mow it for us.
Your family shouldn't have to live like this.
My lazy grandson abandoned us with this terrifying yard.
I'll do it entirely free. Just relax, ma'am.
Standing in front of this staggering, out-of-control wilderness of dense green grass and overgrown weeds that violently chalked the entire perimeter of the property, my hands gripped the steering wheel of my commercial zero-turn mower as I stared at an absolute post-apocalyptic nightmare that had completely held an innocent elderly woman's life hostage for months. To understand how this beautiful property transformed into such a terrifying green prison, we have to look back at the incredibly heartbreaking family dynamic that was quietly unfolding directly behind that weathered wooden fence earlier this afternoon. This chaotic lot belonged to a wonderful, sweet 90-year-old grandma named Mrs. Hazel, who had spent her entire lifetime caring for everyone around her, only to find herself completely abandoned, vulnerable, and alone in her absolute darkest hour of need. The tragic reality of Mrs. Hazel's situation came to light when she slowly walked up to her wooden gate, wearing a casual turquoise blue t-shirt with a white circular graphic and dark navy pants, looking out at the massive wall of wild brush with eyes filled with profound exhaustion and silent sorrow. Just a few weeks prior to my arrival, her life was turned upside down when her beloved daughter suddenly suffered a catastrophic, debilitating stroke, leaving her permanently bedridden and requiring around-the-clock medical care. With her daughter completely incapacitated, the enormous responsibility of managing the entire household fell squarely onto Mrs. Hazel's fragile, aging shoulders. But the most infuriating and deeply shocking part of this severe case of neighborhood neglect wasn't the natural overgrowth, it was the toxic behavioral dynamic of her adult grandson who lived under the exact same roof. According to Mrs. Hazel's own painful words, her grandson was so completely consumed by sheer laziness and absolute apathy that he arrogantly refused to lift a single finger to help his suffering grandmother or his critically ill mother. Instead of stepping up to protect his family during a severe medical crisis, the grandson chose to completely ignore the massive, shoulder-high jungle that was aggressively spreading across the backyard, effectively trapping his disabled mother and elderly grandmother inside a major fire hazard. Desperate to avoid severe municipal penalties and code enforcement fines, Mrs. Hazel spent her tiny, fixed retirement income trying to hire multiple local lawn maintenance companies to clear the property. However, the overgrowth had become so incredibly thick and dense that every single contractor who drove out to inspect the lot took one look at the terrifying wall of weeds, quietly packed up their tools, and completely refused to call her back. They simply ran away because the job required too much brutal, back-breaking labor. Feeling entirely hopeless, Mrs. Hazel had sent me a desperate message online a week ago begging for assistance. But due to a massive scheduling backup, I wasn't able to make it to her street until today, praying that I hadn't arrived too late to help.